Hi everyone, Allison Shapira here, former opera singer and the founder and CEO of Global Public Speaking. A lot of you have asked me about the home office that I have set up and how I run virtual meetings, how I do virtual trainings and presentations from home, and how they can do the same thing too. So I wanted to give you a tour of how I've set up my home office so that you can think about doing the same thing yourself. Let's start with what I'm looking at right now. I have my iPhone set up on a small tripod, and all of that is resting on a laptop tray that's on my tripod, and I'll show it to you. This is the laptop tray that goes right on top of my tripod, and I'm using that so that I can stand up and speak and move around as opposed to sitting hunched over. But if I do get tired and need to sit down, I have a stool that I can sit on, and I can still speak. I have good posture and move around and be in the frame of the camera. So the tripod is what I'm using to replace my Varidesk standing desk, which is inaccessible right now in my physical office. I'm also using an external microphone that's wireless and connects to my iPhone. There's a hookup that connects it, and I can move around and talk, and you'll have the best sound quality possible. So we have the tripod to stand up. We have this lavalier or lapel microphone connecting via Bluetooth to my iPhone. I'm teaching a course at Harvard University right now, virtually for the first time, as opposed to in person, and I want some energy to keep students engaged as I transition from one part of the class to the next. So I have a whiteboard, old school. Actually, it's not a whiteboard. It's a flip chart that I bought 4 years ago and have kept in my closet and never used, and have finally taken out along with the easel in order to go through the agenda. And with students, I can cross off where we are and highlight where we're going next. And it's a little reminder of what it's like, let's get that out of the frame, what it's like to be in person and give students some motion to look at as well, which I really like and I think they appreciate too. Let's talk about lighting. So I have a big picture window in front of me. I've actually closed that off with my blinds because it gives me too much light. And I've set up a stand-up light that directs light right on my face. So I'm going to show it to you. You're going to see a little bit of messiness around here, and it's fine to have a messy workspace. You just can't have it in the screen. So I know I'm backlit right now, but I wanted to show you that the blinds are closed, and then I have this light shining on me. While we're over here, you'll also see my external monitor. And I have that because in my workshops and presentations, whether they are through my business, Global Public Speaking, or through my class at Harvard, I have 30 students, 100 students, 300 participants, all virtually on Zoom. And so I want to be able to see their faces, and I can't do that if I'm using my laptop exclusively. You can tell in this frame right here that my easel is here. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and then I'm back into my professional space. So the monitor I'm using to project the images of all of the students or participants in my workshops. And then using Zoom or another platform, we use Zoom at Harvard and in my business, but there are many other platforms. We can actually have virtual breakout groups where I give an assignment and then students break into groups of 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to do. They practice in those virtual groups, and then we all come back together. And that's how they're actively applying the skills they're learning in class or in our workshops. If you don't have an external monitor, you can do it just fine on your laptop. The benefit of presenting with your laptop is that your notes can be directly under the camera screen. So instead of looking down and then looking back up, those notes are just below the camera lens. And I think I said screen before, I meant lens. So you can use your notes very easily that way. So thinking on my feet right now, let me review what I've talked to you about. I talked to you about the tripod with a laptop tray so that I can stand up. I have a chair here if I need to sit down, still be on camera. You've already heard about my professional background as well. I've told you about that. I did personalize it a little with my diploma that's been sitting on my floor for 4 years. And my books. I'm also featuring friends' books as well. My friend Diane Mulcahy, who wrote The Gig Economy. My friend Dave Bricker, who wrote the book The Story Story. So I'm also able to highlight friends and their books at the same time. And I've personalized this with some silk flowers that my mother creates, which are really beautiful and give me a feeling of comfort, like I'm among family while I'm here in my office. So we talked about the backdrop, standing tall, having this tray. We talked about my whiteboard or flip chart that I'm using. I showed you the light that's shining on me. I'm using a remote lapel mic that can broadcast quality sound to the phone. And I talked about my monitor. So those were all the things that I wanted to mention of how I've set up a home office. Again, there are messy pockets here or there. You can't see them. That's okay. I want to make sure that they are not in the camera frame. So these are some things that you can do to set up a professional home office and also to help you be more engaged in your meetings, pitches, presentations, and workshops. If I can help you or any of your colleagues through this process, please let me know. My team and I would love to help. Hope to see you soon.